The Twits by Roald Dahl, introducing Mr Twit, Mrs Twit, the roly-poly bird, and the Muggle-Wump monkeys. Find the page. Hairy Faces, Chapter 1. What a lot of hairy-faced men there are around nowadays. When a man grows hair all over his face, it is impossible to tell what he really looks like. Perhaps that's why he does it. He'd rather you didn't know. Then there's the problem of washing. When the very hairy ones wash their faces, it must be a bigger job as when you and I wash the hair on our heads. So what I want to know is this: how often do all of these hairy-faced men wash their faces? Is it once a week like us on Sunday nights? And do they shampoo it? Do they use a hairdryer? Do they rub hair tonic in to stop their faces from going bald? Do they go to a barber to have their hairy faces cut and trimmed? Or do they do it themselves in front of the bathroom mirror with nail scissors? I don't know. But next time you see a man with a hairy face, which will probably be as soon as you step out onto the street, maybe you will look at him more closely and start wondering about some of these things. Mr Twit. Mr Twit was one of these very hairy-faced men. The whole of his face, except for his forehead, his eyes and his nose, was covered with thick hair. The stuff even sprouted out in revolting tufts out of his nostrils and his ear holes. Mr Twit felt that the hairiness made him look terrifically wise and grand, but in truth he was neither of these things. Mr Twit was a twit. He was born a twit, and now at the age of 60 he was a bigger twit than ever. The hair on Mr Twit's face didn't grow smooth and matted as it does on most hairy-faced men. It grew in spikes that stuck out straight like the bristles of a nail brush. And how often did Mr Twist wash this bristly nail brushy face of his? The answer is never. Not even on Sundays. He hadn't washed it for years.